Testing, testing. Ba 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 ba. Is it the fifth or is it the sixth? Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fifth episode of the Christmas countdown. And today we're gonna be talking about no other than Plunshies D&D characters. So this episode, it's gonna be a little bit special. I'm only just sitting and talking right now. I'm not playing Minecraft or anything, but you guys will have Minecraft in the background. So I'm testing it out. If I like it, then I'll continue to do that in the future episode. Let's start from the beginning, I would say. I think I started to play D&D. Was it 2019 was the first time I actually played for the first time? And the one introducing me to D&D was, of course, Proxy. Proxy was DMing for me and a couple of my friends, which will lead on to my first character. Her name was Nessie. I don't know if I have her character, what's it called? Character sheets on hand. Okay, I didn't find her character sheets, but if I find it after, I'll put it in the video so you guys can see a little bit her race and all this stuff. But from what I remember, her race was a Yuan-Ti pure blood. And if you don't know what it is, I'll put a picture for you guys. The race Yuan-Ti pure blood is like a snake kinda, but it's more of a human seeming snake. As you can see in the picture, either they have snake like eyes and scales on their body, or it's like a human but with a snake feature. If I remember correctly, I played Nessie as a rogue. I don't remember what rogue it was. So, but yeah. I actually have the document where I wrote my background on. So let's take a look. I'm not gonna read all of this, but so basically I, as Nessie, woke up in a cave on top of a giant snake who I think, if I remember correctly, was supposed to be like my mother, which isn't really accurate how a snake really is, because usually a snake mother leave their younglings to fend for themselves. But anyways, I think that's how they actually do it. But anyways, I woke up in this cave and then I was surrounded by water. Then I saw something and then I guess I get out and then met someone. I'm not gonna assume. I don't really remember. It was like 6 years ago. But let's see the Pinterest board that I had for Nessie. So Nessie she looks mostly like human with a very fair skin. This black long hair and very bright green eyes. So I was imagining Nessie kind of like this, like with her fair skin and green eyes and then her very dark hair. She didn't really have a lot of snake-like tendencies when it comes to Yuan-Ti pure blood, but I think one of the feature I would say is probably her green eyes. Oh yeah, she was a bow rogue, which meant I wasn't really in the front line, you know? We played just a one shot with her, and the funny thing in that one shot that I remember is that one of the friend in my group decided to throw a torch on a house, and that house was made out of wood. So he basically burnt the house down with the loot that we didn't even have the chance to get it. So we basically completed a combat and then got no loot out of it at all because he decided to burn the whole place down. Well, it's fine. I don't really have anything else to talk about her. I think the next person that I played is one of my favorite character, and I think it's gonna be the most character that I will be talking about because she was really a big part of me, kinda. I don't know, maybe. Okay, so the next person or the next character is Veritas, short for Vuri, if that's easier. I'm gonna say Vuri because that's what my DM called me. So as you can see a little bit, Vuri has this like pinky aesthetic. I have a book, a D&D book that has her stat and everything. Okay, Vuri was let me look what kind of... Okay, if I remember correctly, Vuri was as well a Yuan-Ti pureblood and a rogue because I felt like that was like my thing. So Vuri she was very short. I believe she was like 4'11". About that, she was very tiny. She did not have any snake-like feature at all. Let me take a pic. Let's show you a picture how I kind of imagine how I thought she was. So I kind of imagine Vuri with this like very neon pink hair that make like her stick out very much with like these pink eyes, and her aesthetic was like very pink, very girly, very happy. I'm gonna talk a little bit about my session 0 with my DM. I think we played that session for like almost 8 hours or something. It was ridiculously long, which was fun. Because I think I did a lot. I did not have any notes because I've never played kind of D&D before with anyone else than Proxy and some of my friends. But anyways, so Vuri, she was escaping from somebody, and then she made her way into this town that I don't remember the name of. And then she met these 2 thugs, or I didn't know that they were a thug at that time because my perception was very high. Okay, from this book, my perception was, I think, higher, I would assume. Let me see. Okay, I had about +7 to my perception, so I'm very perceptive. So I saw these people were like kind of lurking in the shadows to look at me, and I saw them obviously, so I just way back at them, and then they came out of their hideouts and like tried to talk to me, and then it was kind of close that I had to fight them. But then I don't remember, but I was going somewhere, and I was like in front of this house that there was like a stair up to the house, and they were kind of scared of something in there, I guess. So they backed off, and then I made my way in there. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, in that house. I'm going to that house, even though those 2 guys were scared, but not me. I got balls. I got balls, and I'm going in there. So I just like made myself welcomed in there. So there were like these drapes instead of doors. So I like kind of made myself in, got my hands in, and like kind of tried to look. And then I was kind of met by this person. Let me find a good picture. Okay, what my DM described her to me was kind of like this, that I remember her looking like. So like with this black hair, and like kind of everything about her is like very spooky and scary and all of that. So she was like sitting in her house, I guess, because I assume that it's her house. So I went in there and my DM was like, oh, so you have these like kind of cushion on the floor. It's here and here and here and here. And I'm like, okay, I'll just sit beside her. So I sat down beside her. She introduces herself as Alois. Alois, I think, but you could say Eloise. My DM had an accent, so they said Alois, I think. And that's how I kind of said it. Even probably I said it wrong, but I don't know. So Alois was like she kind of asked me why I was here and all of that stuff, and I kind of said why I was here, but then I saw her smoking something. But let me find a good picture. It was kind of like this. Vuri was like, oh, so what you smoking? And she didn't really say what she was smoking, so she like, oh, here, have a try. I was like, okay. I succeeded. I think I tried 3 times, and I succeeded on 3 times, and she got really impressed. So I think I got myself something from her, but I do not remember, sadly. But yeah, and then I moved on to the village, I guess, the big village or capital or whatever it was. And then before I actually went into the village, here's a kind of good picture. So there was like gates around the whole city, and so I was like kind of approaching from here, but then I have good visions and perception, so I saw gods here. So my DM kind of asked me, oh, so are you approaching or what are you doing? And I was like, no. So I hit myself, I think, or I don't remember if I either hit myself or I actually got like a blade to my leg. So like it looks like I have an injury, which I had because yeah. Anyways, so I was like, did that, and then I approaches this gate and was like, and kind of like have one eye open to see like if someone is gonna help you in the world. And then I think I had to roll performance check, and let me look. Okay, I didn't really have good charisma. So the other gods were like, yeah, why are you here and all that stuff. But one of the gods was actually very considerate and came up to me and was like, are you okay? You need help or anything? And then I don't remember how I got myself into the city, but I got myself in. But with a little bit of a mishap. I got myself, you know, that guard who was very considerate of my pain. Yeah, he had to kind of babysat me a little bit. So because, you know, before I entered the city, I was, oh, by the way, the god name was Elis. So Elis was like very kind to Vuri. Vuri was like, oh, but wait, before we go into the city, my leg is hurt. So could you perhaps carry me? And he did. I don't remember if I had to roll performance check or not, but he did carry me throughout the city, and I went and shop a little bit for a beautiful dress. I don't have a picture. We spent a long time to like kind of decide out my dress and my other accessories and stuff, which was fun. And then I don't really remember what happened during that session anymore. But later in the session, I went back to Elis, even though like he's a god, he has things to do. So Worry went back to like say hi to Elis and all that stuff. And then Worry had to go to an adventure with her group, and she was like, but I don't want to leave Elis. So Worry or me had to go to the head of the guard thing to talk to them, and I asked them how much it would cost me to buy out Elis from the guard, because you know I kind of saw that he wasn't really like happy doing guard stuff, so I wanted to buy him out. It's so bad. Then I bought him out, and then I was like, Elis, you're free, so you can go. You can go whatever you want. And Elis was like, okay. I don't know what to do. I guess I'll follow you. So we had an extra character in our crew now, who's a guard, by the way. And when we kind of left off with the adventure, I think I made Elis carry Worry all the time, every time. So that man worked hard, even though I was supposed to set him free. But anyways, yeah, that was fun. That was fun. We didn't really had a long campaign because there was a little bit of a problem, which I won't talk about because it's personal, but I will talk a little bit about her story. No, actually, no. Because I think I'm gonna be wanting to play Worry in the future. Blink, blink. So, if in the future, I'm gonna manifest this. If I, in the future, find someone who will be able to DM for me and a group of VTubers, and we play D&D together every week or every other week, then I will picking Worry up again. Because I feel like I really needed more time with Worry, to be honest. She was really fun. She did a lot of stupid stuff. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's all for Worry that you guys get to know. And let's see, who was the other one? Now the timeline is a little blurry because I think I played Seraphine after in another campaign after Worry. Okay, so basically Seraphine was this is kind of how I thought Seraphine was. What's her full name? Seraphine Claire. And Seraphine had a lot siblings, which I don't have. I don't think I have every picture of the siblings. Let me check. Okay. No, never mind. I lied to you guys. Seraphine wasn't the person who had a lot of siblings. Okay, so Seraphine. Alright. Sorry guys, I think I didn't change the name. I changed when we started the campaign. I changed it a little bit. So this character was gonna be Persephone, who I played as. And then she had a sister whose name was Seraphine. And then she had two brothers, who was Jonathan and Kenzo. So yeah, that was basically the whole kind of background for Persephone is that she was gonna mirror up to some other, because she's born in like high society, you know, so she was supposed to marry off to another family, and then he didn't come show at the wedding, and then she kind of left home because she was like, hell nah, I'm not gonna accept it, so yo. And I think I played her as a bard. And if you don't know anything about D&D, bards, kind of fucks everything. It sounds bad. It sounds so bad, but the whole thing with a bard is that they are very charismatic and have a lot of riz and stuff. But yeah, I didn't play her a long time either. So these character I didn't really play a lot of. The next person, I think it's Persephone, but in another font. No, I didn't play this red hair Persephone, I think. It was just a collection that I'm thinking of for a future character. But the next character was Maple / Momiji. I'm not gonna talk about this campaign too much because it was very homebrewed. But basically, the whole campaign is based on that you are on a game. So like an open world game. And then you have a second character, which is you in IRL. So basically, in the game, I was playing as Maple, who was like a tiny little cow who just wanna play some games. And her main weapon was a sniper rifle. So that was nice. She's very bubbly and all that, and cutesy. You can see like a trend with me. I love playing cutesy character. But then Maple in IRL, her name is Momiji, and Momiji is a pro gamer. She plays game as a living. So like Faker. I don't know the comparison to a pro gamer, but like that. So she has a very edgy and emo style, you know, very futuristic, cyberpunky style. Because there were talk about a session where we would meet each other in IRL, and yeah, that's why I had to kind of put all these characters into the same thing. And the next character is Clementine, which some of you should know who it is, because I streamed her. Maybe some of you would know, because I streamed her on stream before, and the DM was Proxy. So I played Clementine. So in Proxy's game was that every time we died, it's a roguelike campaign. So every time we died, we had to roll a d20, I think, and a d12 question mark to determine our class and our race. So I was thinking Clementine was gonna be like this. You can see a pattern with me because I felt like I couldn't really let go of worry. So that bubbly character kind of seeps into all of my other characters. But anyways, so this was Clementine. Clementine I imagined her as like a very country girl who's like very happy and joyful and just like a ray of sunshine. I'm not really good at doing accents, so I couldn't really do an accents with her. But yeah, this was her. And I don't really remember the stupid stuff I did with her. Yes, I remember one time. So in Proxy's game, we were like basically going room to room. So I remember when we're gonna make our way to the next room, I was like, wait, let me do something before we open the door. So I went close to the door and kind of sniff it, and I had to roll for that, of course. And then I licked it. I licked the door because I thought that would help us understand the next room. I know it's stupid. It's super stupid. But yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, I think that was all. So. But I do remember, I think it was a brewery. So there was like a town thing, ball game, but it wasn't football. It was like, you know, putting two fighters together in a ring, and then people were watching it and all of that stuff. And I made the best out of that situation, which was stealing from every pocket ever. And I played as a rogue, and if you don't know rogue, we're really good when it comes to sleight of hand. And I increased it by some stats as well. So let me check. Okay. I had +6 to my sleight of hand. So I'm not gonna lie, I went out there with millions. No, not really. But I went away with a lot of money, which I kind of spent all after that. But yeah, I think that was it. I hope you like a little bit about some of my characters that I have in my back pocket for D&D. I hope you liked this episode. It was really fun for me to talk a little about my characters and stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna head out and stop yapping for you guys now, because the video is probably super long now. Anyways, thank you for watching today, and Merry Christmas soon, at least. Merry Christmas, and have a good day. Bye 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 bye.